you ready, everybody? Halloween is fast approaching, and the haunted nature of the season also extends into your financial life. So here to help us with our financial fears and scary financial behavior is our friend Ross Kenneth Erkin from The Street's personal finance editor. So nice to have you here.
Good morning, Suki. I think fear definitely is the operative word. People are spooked by their money habits. And actually, according to a Go Banking Rates study, a third of Americans worry all the time about money. That's probably what all that lightning was about.
Totally.
And in that same study, people ranked their fears, and they said that living paycheck to paycheck, going into excessive debt, and becoming homeless are scarier than spiders, snakes, and other creepy crawlies, and being the victim of a horrible crime.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's very telling.
It's very telling, because you're right. Homelessness and all that stuff and just living paycheck to paycheck, it does scare you straight. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things. You're more afraid of not paying your credit card bill than, say, a tarantula. Is that true?
Yeah, and I think, money triggers something very psychologically with people. And actually, according to another very telling and skin-crawling study, this one by SunTrust Bank.
It's about retirement?
Yeah, well, people are recognizing, basically, that they are not going to come up with the right money for their future. And so when you talk about a 401k match, that's going to be our number 5 fear today.
Is about retirement. So our fifth money fear is retirement. Next, let's talk about carrying over a large balance on your credit card.
Yeah, this one is very, blood-curdling as well. People need to realize that they need to curb their expenses. If you're spending too much on your credit, you actually are going to prevent yourself from getting a mortgage or a car loan. So people need to be able to cover their expenses, keep the credit card in their wallet, and not spend more than 30% of their available credit.
Wow, 30% of your available credit. All right, then the next fear of Social Security mistakes. What is that?
So Social Security mistakes, it almost sounds like the beginning of a dark and stormy night novel, right? But basically, people are taking their money out too early. If you are below 66, you can start taking Social Security out at 62. Full retirement age is about 66 for most people. If you take it out too early, you're going to reduce your benefits by 25%. What's the solution? Wait until you're 70, avoid all that fear, and you'll increase your benefits by 8% a year.
Wow, didn't know that. All right, the next one has to do with online shopping. What's that?
Yeah, this one can really creep up. We've all been there. It gets quite scary when you have your promotional emails coming through, you see, flash sale, and I think people have that tendency.
Impulse shopping.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to be able to take your credit card off of the various sites that you use. If you click without thinking, take it off, and also unsubscribe from all those emails.
I was going to say unsubscribe, unsubscribe, because when you get the tension, that kind of impulse does overtake you. And also, if you know your credit card number by heart, that's the wrong thing.
Exactly, exactly.
And I do.
Oh,
all right, finally, let's talk about tax returns and not filing. Who are these people?
Well, they must think they're invisible, they're ghosts of the season or something, but those people really need to recognize that they aren't invisible to the IRS. They're susceptible to about 47.5% of their taxes in full if they don't file a report. So, file that tax return, take your deductions. Even if you fear that you can't pay your taxes, do file the report in any event.
Absolutely. The tax man cometh and the tax man take it. It's just something that happens. Ross, thank you so much. I mean, when you hear all the fears that everybody feels, living paycheck to paycheck, falling into serious debt, and becoming homeless, it is a real cause for concern.
Absolutely.
And I think everybody feels it on every level. Just living in New York, we know how expensive it can be. Thanks for giving us some street smarts in order to make sure our money works for us. There you go. You got Ross Kenneth Erkin from The Street. And for more information, check out The Street online. Also, click on our Pix 11 News tab.